Hey guys, today we're gonna solve the LeetCode daily question named merge 2D arrays by summing values. So today I'm gonna explain this question to you guys. So what the question is, you're given two 2D integer arrays nums1 and nums2. So nums1 and nums2 are two arrays of data type integer, and these arrays have they are in a format like this. So it is an array of arrays, and each array has a sub array which is defined like this. It has id and a value. So id means the id of a specific value which is indicated by this variable. So now what we gonna do is, each array contains a unique id and is sorted in ascending order by id. So it's given that each array has a specific id, and these ids are unique, and also the arrays are sorted by ascending order by this id with respect to this id. So check this out, check this example. We have 1 2 2 3 4 5. So the ids are 1 2 and 4. So these ids are sorted in an ascending order, and now according to this, see, there are two arrays here. Now we need to merge these arrays using the following constraints. One is, only id that appears in the last one of the two arrays should be included in the resulting array. So in order to include an id into the resultant array, it should appear at least in one of those arrays. And next, each id should be included only once, and its value should be the sum of values of the ids in the two arrays. So let us consider a situation where the id is present in both the arrays like this. Now what we need to do is, in the resultant array we need to include the id one only once, and we need to sum up the values of the respective ids in the respective arrays. So here it has 2 and here it has 4. So 4 plus 2 gives rise to 6, which is added in the resultant array. So these are the conditions that we need to do. And also, if the id does not exist in one of the two arrays, then assume its value in the array to be 0. If the id doesn't exist in the two arrays, then we consider it as 0. So now let us move on to what we need to do. So the thing is, we need to return an array of integer data type. Now, so return, let's define the resultant array. Int result,
ఇది నొక్కితే కాలేదండి.
ఆఫ్ చేసి
ఒక ఎగ్జామ్కే నేను తెచ్చుకునేది, వేరే ఎగ్జామ్స్ తెచ్చుకునేటండి.
ఎలా చేయరా?
మామూలుగా వేరే కొన్ని ఉంటాయి కదా, ఎలా లేదంటున్నారా?
ఎలా ఉండదు,
ఇది గెలికి ఉంటుంది కన్నా.
ఏమో మరి నాకు తెలీదు. కనీసం పనిలో ఉన్నా కానిచ్చే. So basically we gonna create a resultant array, and what would be its size? The size of it would be okay, I don't know how to define the size of the resultant array. So what we can do, the size of the resultant array is the number of unique ids available in intersection of nums1 and nums2. So we can say that defining an array wouldn't help because this is dynamic. So let's take an array list of type integer. Resultant is equals to new what we're gonna do is, let's do one thing. I have defined the resultant array. Now the thing we need to do is, we iterate over both nums1 and nums2, and we use two pointers here. I mean, two pointers actually. Okay, it's not actually clear in my head. I'm gonna use a for loop int I is equals to 0, I less than. See, but the point is, if I use a for loop, I can go at max to nums1 length, or if I use it on nums2, I'll go to nums2 dot length. But the problem is, we don't know whether the lengths of both nums1 and nums2 are equal, and if they are not, we are not gonna iterate over entire nums1 and nums2. So it's actually a bad idea to use for loop. We will be using a while I less than, what we gonna get, I don't know. Okay, I think this can be solved using two pointers. Int a is equals to 0. This is what I'm gonna use on nums1. Int b is equals to 0. I will be using it on nums2. While a less than nums1 dot length and b less than nums2 dot le and gth. Now, what are the conditions? If we need to make sure that if we have a same id, add value. So if nums1 of, oh god, how I gonna do this? So we need two loops here. No, nums1 of I is 0, right? A is 0, a comma a equals nums2 of b, which both are zeros. So we gonna iterate only on this is, how can I define this index? This can be defined as nums1 of 0, which is 1 comma 2 of 0. Next nums1 of 1 comma 1 will be this. Next nums1 of 2 comma 2 would be this. No, I'm wrong. No, this would be 0. So it would actually make sense if they are equals to nums of 0, then result dot add I'm gonna make an array list integer equals to new array list of sublist. Oh god, I'm sorry man. And sublist dot add nums of p comma 0. Sublist dot add nums1 of a comma 1 2 of a b comma 1. We are adding id here and we are adding value here. Now resultant dot add sublist, and I guess this is how the code works. Then after adding this, we gonna update A, update B. If both are same, they're gonna add. Since they are in sorted order, so I guess if else if nums a of 0 is equal is, if it's not equals to, I mean, oh god, I can't do this. I think this is a lame approach to do this sum. The best thing I can do is not to tackle this sum using this method, which is pretty lame. I think using a hash map would be a better idea rather than this. Okay, I got it, buddy. I'm a shit. Yeah, let's use hash map. Hash map which has integer comma integer map is equals to new hash map. So this hash map contains for int I is equals to 0, I less than nums 1 dot le and leth and plus if map dot contains, no, I think it is better to just add it. Map dot put nums 1 of I comma 0 comma nums 1 of I comma 1. So this enters the values now for int I is equals to 0, I less than nums 2 dot le and else I plus plus map dot put nums, oh shit, no man, not like this. Best thing to do is if map dot contains key of nums 2 of I of 0 let me print the hash map. System.out.println map. I think it might not work, but I just wanna do return map. I think it will generate an error because I'm returning a map here. Let me do this. Yeah, I'm pretty much wrong about this. And even then it won't run. So let me do one thing. Region oh shit man. I think I haven't initialized it. Again I will get an error. Oh shit man. I'm sorry. Chill dude. So I don't know how to convert a map. And I missed something here, buddy. If map dot contains key, else this needs to be done now. And again yeah, it's working, buddy. Now I just need a way to convert map into array. Let me check this. ChatGPT. Why, buddy, the net is pretty slow? I don't know how to convert a map into array. Single integer entry. So I need to do this shit now. Let me create an array. Okay. Let me create an array for this. This is a pretty odd way to do this. I'm sorry, buddy. Creating an array. Int result. New int. This should be the map dot size, right? Whatever it takes. Let me check. Map dot size 2D array. So map dot size. Yeah, that's great. Map dot size. Thanks. And this is 2. Now we iterate its data type should be specified. So map dot entry map dot entry set. Two copies. Let me paste it here for my convenience. Map dot entry, since both of our things were string integers, entry map dot entry set. I don't know what this is for. So array of, now since I have set it as res of index comma 0, index comma 1, get value index plus plus. And we also need to involve the index here, right? Index should be mentioned here. That's great, my man. Index is mentioned here. So index equals 0, index plus plus. I think the values are stored. Now I can happily return result, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. Yeah, that's great, my boy. Oh god, what happened? Failed in the second test case itself. What's the test case is about? So he needs the output to be sorted, right? Can I sort a 2D array as per ID? I need to use this arrays dot sort resulting dot compare dot comparing. Hold on. Oh, I think it's worst. Okay, let it be.